Smash him up, crack that fool. Quarterback whack, yo, sack that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Hit him, 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 listen, 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 hit him, listen. This Eagles talk, this talk Eagles. Philly bleed green, it's from your people. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's peep the squad. Big Pat Shell and Dante the Dark Child. Drop the stats on them, drop the facts on them. Spur King, baby, let's get it on.
Hey, fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome. We're back. Eagles Talk. Our Philadelphia Eagles with training camp fast approaching, the 26th of July, just 26 days away. Our Philadelphia Eagles will be heading into training camp to prepare for this upcoming 2022-2023 season, a season which we hold so much optimism about, and so does Miles Sanders, because he has said, compared this team to an all-star team. Is this a jinx? Is this reminiscent of Vince Young and the Dream Team statement he made, or is this a valid statement? Is this team an all-star team? Now, I know that we feel good about this. I feel very optimistic about what Howie has done in fortifying or improving this roster from last year's, at the end of last year. This is a better roster from the end of last year. I have to admit that. But is it worthy to be compared to an all-star team? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about some of the people who we are looking to emerge this upcoming season with all the promise that, or the potential that we see that this team has. Who are some of the people that we need to step up for that season to actually take place? We'll talk about this and all the things that you want to talk about in this show here today on Eagles Talk. I'm here with my man, my co-host with the co-most, Pat Sandlin. What's going on? What's going on, Pat?
What's up, cuz? What's going on? What's going on, Eagles? Eagle Talk family. It's good to be back on here. It's almost time. So it's almost that time, man. It's almost that time.
It very much is, man. We're going to get into, and I'll ask you after we begin the first quarter, I'll ask you a little bit more about what you thought of Miles Sanders' comment. You just mentioned to me pre-show, right before we came on the air, about him rebutting that and saying that the media took it out of context. But we'll discuss that and all things Eagles upcoming. But let's get this first quarter started. I'm sorry. So you are watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook. That's by Eagles fans. Let me make that distinction. That's by Eagles fans. That's for Eagles fans, not anyone that are professional journalists or anything like that. But we're just fans just like yourselves, and we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. And we do so in such a relaxed manner that we let our hair down and we enjoy ourselves, and then we sip on our favorite adult beverage. And right here I'm doing a little Corona, and we do that in the form of shots. So Pat, what are you partaking in today?
I'm partaking in the Terramana tequila.
He's doing the Terramana tequila, and I have some thing upstairs, but I'm going to grab what's closest to me, and that's the Carolina water. I got the Carolina water. And I'm coming off of, if anybody follows me on social media, I'm coming off of a vacation, 5-day vacation with my wife without kids, first time without kids. So we really got a chance to enjoy ourselves, relax. But we were with a group of people. We were celebrating a friend's birthday down in Cancun, and it was relaxing in some senses, but it was a heck of a party for 5 days. You got it. Oh my goodness. It was a heck of a party for 5 days. So I might be in with you guys in the first half, but the second half I might just chill, because I don't go back to work till Tuesday, but I still need time to recuperate. All right. So I got the Carolina water. If you know what that is, you know what that is. I'll just show you the container that it's in, and for everybody that it's in this container. When you got something that's in this container, you know it's some good stuff. All right, so I can't reveal where my source is, but it's good stuff. All right, so here we go. Down the hatch for our Philadelphia Eagles. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the
So, Pat, let's get right to it, man. There was I'll give you the exact quote. So here it is. Oh man, Sanders said when asked by CBS Sports what it was like preparing for a season with A.J. Brown on the roster. He says, we all feel like we're on an all-star team, so we feel great. We feel unstoppable. I'm not going to lie, the vibes are great and have always been. That was the direct quote. So, very, very reminiscent to Vince Young and his quote of being the Eagles being a dream team in that season, infamous quote. Do you think that that's jinxing us? Is that a little bit being overzealous, or what, how do you feel about that statement, Pat?
That puts a target on your back. I mean, let's be honest. Hearing another player in the league, in your conference or in your division say that, you know what, you have an extra something on your back when you play them. Especially as he's a running back, I'm going to hit him and walk over him and say, All-Star team, huh? Vince Young said those infamous words in the training camp of 2011 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Out of 922 words that he spoke at that media press conference, the only words that you can remember is dream team. Same thing with you, Miles Sanders. Yes, the media does switch things up. But let's be honest, this is what the media does. They create bulletin board material. But you as a player have the ability to not put those statements out there. So with that being said, I'm going to need Miles Sanders to go out there and get 1,000 yards, score 13 touchdowns, and catch over 400 yards out of the backfield. I need him to show up this year.
Oh, definitely need him to show up. And who else has shown up or fixed that way is our third co-host here, and that is one Nichelle. She has shown up. Nichelle, hey, welcome to the broadcast. And we are discussing your boy Booby. He's talking about that we're all-star team. How do you feel about that? Is he being overzealous here? Is he jinxing the team? Is very reminiscent of Vince Young and his dream team statement. How do you feel about Miles Sanders and his statement about this upcoming year, this team being an all-star team?
Well, considering Miles' situation and, being a little inconsistent, and I think he should pipe it down a little bit, young buck, and leave that out on the field of play. That's how I feel about that. Like, prove it first. Don't say it's a dream team. Give me that halfway through the season when you done won some stuff and you're in the top of the division. Then you could say it's a dream team. Not right now. Not right now. It's unneeded pressure. It's unneeded pressure for no reason, because we do have a stacked squad, but now all eyes on y'all. Now you have to execute. You just add an unneeded pressure. We got Sirianni needs to produce. Jalen needs to produce. I still believe in him, but all of them have to step up. Yep. We got a stacked defense, but what's the coach going to do with that stacked defense?
I totally agree with that. I totally agree. That is a big weight to put on this team. But how about the aspect of having that? Do you want your players to have that much confidence? I don't think I have a problem with him having confidence. I just probably have a problem with him putting it out and making it public such as he did. That's what I have the problem with. But I want everybody on the team to feel as though to feel that great about the team and feel as though that they have a stacked roster and they're going to go out there and they feel confident. But yeah, I think that you need to tone it down a little bit when you're talking to the public and you're putting it out there, because now you're putting a target on your back. Not that there's not going to be a target, but there's a bigger target now when you put those type of statements out to the media. They're going to take it, like you said, Pat. That's their job. They're supposed to take and make a story out of it. It's kind of a slow story cycle for the Eagles, and then you get this gifted to you. Booby says that we have an all-star team. Oh, wow. But without further ado, let me go to the chat room and welcome in our fourth host, and that are you guys in the room. We enjoy you guys. We thank you guys for sticking with us and staying so loyal after 7 years. The first person in the room tonight was Drexel Davis. He says, hello, everyone. What's up, Drexel? Roger was second. He says, Bird Gang all day, every day. Richard Boo says, "What's up, Eagles fam? What's up, Richard?" Kiara's in the house also. She says, "Hey y'all, fly Eagles fly." And our resident from South Carolina, John Baptiste Sr. Hashtag South Carolina Bird Gang checking in. What's up, Eagles Talk? What's up? Jeremiah's next. Says, "What's up, family?" Getting down to whether people, what they think about the statement. John Baptiste says, it's a valid statement. We have the potential to be elite.
The potential. Everybody
It's valid, but
at
you don't have
this
to say
point,
it.
everybody at this point of the year has the potential to be elite. You know, when you're in the locker room, you mention the stuff. Yeah, this is an all-star team. You know, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. When you're in front of the media, do what Bill Belichick does. Yeah, I think
Right?
Right.
Nothing.
Next question.
Nothing.
Come on, man. Like somebody in the comments just said it. Be humble. Be humble in front of the media because you know media loves for players to talk. Because the more the players talk, the more bulletin board material they take from your actual statements.
Be
All
humble.
right.
Sit down, like Kendrick Lamar said. Sit down, Bookie. Sit
Be
down.
humble. All
Sit
right,
down.
please, I pray that we could just stay healthy and stop talking. Let's make another run. Yeah, I'm with that at that aspect. Bill Crow says, "What's up, everyone? This comment was stupid. He don't need to be saying that before we take a snap. Before we take a
Right?
snap, he's
Right.
already saying that." All right. And my man Dion said, "I'm drinking straight gasoline." And
You
look,
Ugh.
man,
You might need
no,
to go
it
to the
could not.
doctors after that.
If this was straight gasoline, I would be a fool to be drinking it because it'd be more valuable to put in my car at the gas
Right?
prices
Right?
today.
Gas is too high to be drinking it.
It's too hard to be drinking. All right, Kenneth, my man, Iron Lion says dreams and aspirations. First, how about this? First, Miles, why don't you make it through a season healthy? Why don't you
That
live up
part.
to the potential that we think that you
Listen.
have? Because I think he's a dynamic running back if he can just stay on the field long enough to prove it. In the short stretches that he does play, he does prove to be dynamic, but we need to see that for a full season. So how about just dialing it back a little bit and improving it on the field and letting your play do the talking for you? That's putting a lot of added pressure on our Philadelphia Eagles. Aaron says that's more realistic. You're in the NFL. Mel Davis says you are in the NFL. You have potential. All right. Okay. So I want to continue on this Miles Sanders thing because just as it was with Vince Young, and I didn't blow it as big, but just as it was with Vince Young and that statement that he made, you said it, Michelle. It hangs a heavy weight on this team now, and are they? I agree that how he has constructed, he has improved this roster greatly from the end of last season. I give him that. Do they need that added pressure? And is this team constructed to be able to handle that and step up to the challenge of what their teammate? This is almost reminiscent to when Jimmy Rollins made that statement about the Phillies the year before. You know what I mean? This is a little reminiscent, but they had the roster and the makeup to back up what Jimmy said. It was a brilliant statement when Jimmy made it, and we'll have to see if this will be a brilliant statement or if he was being overzealous in making that statement at this point in time. What do you guys think?
I hope he makes us eat our words. I really do. But I'm more big on Boston Scott towards the end of the season, to be honest with you. He was the one that I thought showed more flash than Miles Sanders. And like you said, he couldn't stay healthy. So
Yeah. Take that down. Take that down.
Dream Team 2? Dream Team 2? Is this Dream Team 2? No, it's not, huh? Matthew says Miles should have had the mindset of proving himself. Gainwell will take his job.
Not so fast, my friend. Like, listen, Gainwell is a great addition to this running backfield because he has the experience as a receiver. But as a starting running back, I mean, you would have to be in a rotation. Now, the other running back that might be a shocker would be the undrafted rookie free agent from Oklahoma, Kennedy Brooks. He's a bruiser. He has some speed. Don't know why he went undrafted, but you know what? He has the ability to be that downhill bruiser that been looking for since LeGarrette Blunt. But you know what, Miles, you definitely have to stay healthy because you have the ability, you have the talent, to make us eat our words about what you're saying right now. The thing about what my brother always say, you can't make the club in a tub, and we definitely need you because you have the ability to be our big running back. You know, big game running back.
Yeah, he does have that. He has the ability. Wow, that's the end of the first quarter already. All right, so I'll finish that thought in the second quarter. All right, guys, thank you for coming back. We've been off for a couple of weeks, but you guys are so loyal to us, and I appreciate it. Just went down to Cancun, had a good time, party. Come back and got about 5 days off before I have to actually go back to work, so that's a good thing. You're watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook. That's by us fans, for us. We like FUBU of the 2020s. It was for us, by us. So you're talking with us. We're talking about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. We're doing so in such a relaxed manner. We're enjoying our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. And some people let me know what they're doing out there. Let me see. Let me go back. Pat's doing the Terramata.
Yep.
Somebody was doing the Hennessy out there. Ooh, I don't do
Riesling.
that. You know,
I'm doing wine because I'm cooking right now, and I got one more thing to cook.
oh, she out there doing this.
Yes.
She out there
Yes,
doing
I
this.
am. I'm getting my burn on in the kitchen. Don't
She getting
hate.
her bird on in the
Congratulate.
kitchen. All right, I'm out here. I'm doing the South Carolina water. And oof, right?
Oof.
I'm only doing half.
I don't know. I
All
hope
right.
you. I hope
Only
you don't
because
do
I
all
didn't.
four of them.
I'm not. I said only
Ooh.
first half. No, I can't do
Okay.
it.
I gotta answer that comment right there. By it, on our
Put it up, put it
chat,
up.
it say no. I'm not on it. It
Oh,
say
you're not on it.
Facebook user, but it's a comment by Floyd Presbury. He said Brooks lacks speed, but he got all the tools too.
All right, we'll get into
yeah,
it. Let's start this.
I want to talk about
all right,
that.
so all right, everybody, raise your drink to our Philadelphia Eagles as we start the second quarter. Down the hatch, 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the Second Quarter.
All right, so we'll in this quarter, I want to touch a little bit about the story that came out today about our coach getting ready to fight people, man, because they got the wrong team's colors on. Do you want to see your coach in a brawl with random fans on the street because they're wearing opposite? They're wearing the rivalry's colors.
So
what do you guys think about that? I was all right with it.
Listen, nah, the
I did hear
dude.
it.
So the Ike and
Yeah, I heard that too.
they dug in his behind.
Yeah, they
Let's
got it.
be clear.
Yeah.
They blew all the holes in his little story, trying to go for clout, talking about he was a journalist and he won an award, and
In
people that are
1993.
journalists were like, everybody gets that award. It's like the TV Emmy. Anybody
Right.
that's gets that award. Like he ain't. And he's a
Oh, wait a
Giants
minute. I
fan
ain't
looking
get
for
it. Why
clout.
we ain't get it? So, no, I'm really going to go ahead.
He's a Giants fan looking for clout, and they blew
Right.
all. He changed his story 3 times in the interview with Marks and Reese. 3 times.
He did.
All right.
He
He
did.
did. So,
He to try to get down to the nitty gritty. Did he approach you? You was nervous? You was scared?
I
You was
wasn't
intimidated?
intimidated.
I mean, was it the second step that you got intimidated, or the third step? No, you only took 2 steps. So
He
after
only
2
took 2
steps, you
steps.
got scared that the coach is going to beat you up. In all actuality, John Clark always gets the scoops on what's really happened and stuff of that nature. And he said, John Clark said, "I'm told the Giants fan story about Nick Sirianni getting on him for wearing Giants hat gear, and him on the tennis court is grossly basically false,
Exaggerated. Yeah.
exaggerated.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm told Nick was just busting chops about the guy's Giants gear in a friendly and jokingly manner. Like,
We
dude,
know. We
Right,
know.
we don't care you from the
We
Bronx.
know.
You're gonna wear a Giants hat and a
Right.
Yankees t-shirt, and you got a Philadelphia Eagles coach right there. They ain't
All right,
gonna
but-
lie and say the coach said that the New York Giants head coach sucks. Like what?
I was
Yeah.
all right, but I kind of wanted to believe what he said.
I
I
did
wish
too.
they didn't
That was gangster.
dissect
That
it
was
so
gangster.
much
That
because
was
I wanted
gangster.
to
Y'all
believe my
ain't
coach
nothing.
that I wanted
Y'all
to
ain't
believe that my
ish.
coach was ready to go to battle for us,
Y'all know he
as a
was not
Eagles
doing that.
fans. But I mean, his demeanor says that probably wouldn't happen and all that. But I was kind of like, look, let's not ask him no questions. Let's just go on that. Let's just run with that. Yeah, our coach was about to whip his ass because he had on the Giants. I wanted to believe that my coach had that bulldog in him and was going to bite his head off. But then we got the real story that it was just Nick just playing around like, you can't do this. You can't do that on the street. You did the fake joint. Like what? What you say?
Listen, Philly
No.
and Camden ain't afraid of the Bronx. Stop playing. Stop playing.
So they kind of dispelled that and all, but I
They
was
ripped
I was
into him.
kind of hyped up
Oh
when I
my
thought
God,
it
they
was.
did rip into him, Pat.
He was on the air stuttering.
He
Yeah.
was. Well, I wasn't intimidated. Well, I was intimidated. I'm like, well, make up your mind, bruh. Were you intimidated or were you not?
Right, yeah, he kind of walked it back. He said after 2 steps, 2 intimidating steps. Who takes 2 intimidating? I mean,
I greased it. Was that second step in the air? Was you about to take that third step? You just called him and said, I'm from the Bronx, yo.
I like Jeremiah's comment about he'd give him some flowers. I mean, our flowers coach. Come on, y'all.
yeah, our
Our
coach would give
flowers
him some
coach is out
flowers.
there
Yeah.
starting brawls.
See, that's
Stop.
why we need to stop short and just let that rumor and that myth live on in infamy. Let it just live. We should have not dispelled that. See,
Oh, you want our coach to seem hard.
Yeah, I want my coach to
About
seem
that life.
hard. You know what I mean? We could have
Well, I
built
appreciate it.
them up and made them about that life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate the effort, though. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the effort, what he did.
At a tennis
jokingly,
match.
And
At a tennis match. When the spectators were holding white wine glasses and our coach just broke bad. I was willing to jump on that. But hey, it was all false. This guy was fugazi. He was fugazi. He got his 15 minutes worth of fame. And I think that's what he was looking for the most. But yeah, Ike Reese and Johnny Marks tore him a new one today, and they put that to rest. So we don't have to worry about Nick being suspended any games this year. We definitely don't worry about him having to miss any games because of that altercation. But Nick, I'm with you, man. If you wanted to swing at him, if you want to go back, if you want to do any of that, I'm with you. Just call, a couple of people that have your back, some real people. You know what I mean? So you don't have to worry
Don't
about
worry.
getting your face scratched
Don't worry,
up or anything like
don't worry,
that.
Nick. We from Philly. We fight.
I got hitters. I got hitters across the bridge. What?
All right, let me go to some comments out here. Mel Davis says, love Boston, but that production came in spirits. Miles' point is basically shorten the rotation. Let me prove my ish. I need a second contract. He did basically say some of that in saying that if he gets the opportunity, all he needs is opportunity. He needs production. He wants more touches. That's what he wants. That's what I got out of what he said.
It's called staying healthy.
That part.
When you stay healthy, like I said before, Miles Sanders has the potential, has the ability to be a top back in this league when healthy.
Yeah, he is. Do you think that he was, prior to his injury concerns, do you think he was getting the ball enough last year? Do you think they was giving him the ball enough?
I think they were, but we also had running back from committee, so he knew what he was getting into. We've been had running back by committee for many seasons, and Miles Sanders doesn't need that kind of karma because he's injury prone to be talking ish, putting that out in the universe, and then all of a sudden something happens. I don't wish that on him, but don't tempt fate, bruh. Be humble. Sit down.
See, you're right. You're 100% right. Miles Sanders has the ability to be Shady 2.0. He has that ability. He works hard. He has a very hard work ethic. But the issue is, it's just like Saquon Barkley. I don't know what it is with my guys from the state. But once we come to the league, we dominate. We're good for the first 10 weeks, then we get injured. The next we're an afterthought. He got to stay healthy. If you stay healthy, then I see you getting more touches because if you average 4.6 yards per carry, I mean, what coach would not toot that get that ball to the running back, for at least twice in the first couple of series. Like this guy can be a very dynamic running back. I mean, more than twice. My bad.
All right. Well, you just compared him to Shady. Now, Shady very evidently got the ball more than Miles Sanders.
Yes.
So again, I asked.
But Shady
do you
was
think
healthy.
Yeah, Shady was healthy. I'll give you that. Shady was healthy, but with that, you get running backs get a rhythm with the more touches they get. So do you think the running back committee may be hurting his chances? I mean, what do you think is hurting him more, the injuries or the running back by committee?
The injuries, because he gets pulled out of the committee. You know what I mean? So they can't give him more touches because every time he comes back, they got to watch how much they rotate him to not aggravate the injury again. It's like a perpetual cycle with Miles Sanders.
Cycle. Yes, it is.
All right, so you heard it here, Miles. You got to stay out the tub and help the club. Whatever Pat said, tub, club,
Can't help
the
club in the tub.
Can't help the club in the
Crazy thing
tub.
is, the crazy thing, the rotation was set just because he was getting injured. To take that workload off your back because you were getting injured. So therefore, if you are able to stay healthy, there really is no running back rotation. There may be a running back different type play set up for these different running backs at any given time during the game, but that committee rule ceased to exist because now you're healthy and you're producing at the same time.
Right.
All right, so he's going to have some competition because I think that if we just look at the three running backs that are in rotation minus Brooks, because we don't know what he's going to do, how he's going to show up in training camp, if he's going to emerge or even make the team. So let's just go with what we project as the three running backs that are going to be in the rotation. That's Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and Kenny Gainwell. Do you think that with those three that he can emerge to get more to demand more carries? Because Boston Scott is very valuable. I think he's productive in the role that he plays. I'm not saying give him 20 touches a game, but in the role that he plays, he does show up and he shows out when given a chance. And Kenny Gainwell is emerging because he's a pass-catching threat, which Miles Sanders was in his rookie year, but he has declined every year since that rookie year to the point where I don't even think that they have the same confidence in him in the passing game as they had in him in the rookie season.
Another point.
That's the end of the second quarter. I'll let you guys answer that in the third quarter. So you guys are watching Eagles Talk, man. We've been going for a couple of weeks, but we're back now, and we have some things. Somebody asked a question about personal appearances in the during the summer, and no, we don't have any scheduled during the summer. But this upcoming season, everything seems to be back to normal. We've already been getting inquiries about live appearances, so you will see us around and about in this upcoming season. We haven't set our schedule down, but like what we like to do in the years when there be pre-pandemic, we like to go around the places, number one, that welcome us, but we like to go to, like we went to Baltimore to Eagles nests that are not in our immediate region. So we went to Baltimore. I went to Charlotte. I even went down to Miami to an Eagles nest in Miami. So we like to duplicate some of those things, especially in the East Coast, Northeast region. So we will be out and about this upcoming season, and we'll have some special guests on the show coming soon, God willing. But
we need to hit up Wogie's in New York.
Wogie's.
Right. It's a Philly bar. Eagles, Phillies, Flyers, Sixers.
All right, yeah, we need to do that. I researched the year that we were doing that. I researched Eagles Nest Bar in the region, Virginia, Baltimore, North Carolina, like I said. So yeah, we like to get out to those establishments and all that, and our brand of covering the Eagles and pregame hype is unmatched. You need to see us live. You really do need to see us live. So that's the end of the second quarter. We're going to go to the third quarter. You're watching Eagles Talk, like I said. the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook that's by us for us, where we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. I'm out. I'm tapped out. I did this South Carolina fire water first 2 quarters, and Pat is going to carry on the tradition. Nichelle down there, she's sprinkling stuff on food, so she's sipping on the white wine. Do you pour the white wine in any of your dishes tonight, or no?
Not
no wine?
tonight.
Okay,
Tonight was
tonight.
not a wine dish, but I do have my work glass. I don't know if you could see it.
Oh, what's that? That's your that's the
It
that's
says
the
F
brand.
this effing day.
F this effing-
Work's been a
All right.
little crazy.
All right, let's turn up. All right, so for our Philadelphia Eagles, let's go down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the third quarter.
All right, so I came across this other article about. Let me
Okay,
pull it up.
Cupcas. Okay, thanks, Tom.
Where's that
Tom sent
article?
us another place to go to. And Wogie's has been around for years.
Yeah, I like to get to
Many,
those
many
places.
years. He said there's
Cupcas 2
one in Pittsburgh.
Oh, they got one in Pittsburgh. Oh, damn! Pittsburgh comes to us though, so you know. Oh
Yeah.
well, I don't matter. I don't care. All
No,
right,
they come to us.
Cupcas 2 in Pittsburgh, the official home of Eagles fans in Pittsburgh. I like that, but you got to be careful in Pittsburgh because I've been in Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh is no joke on Sunday. I'm serious. Like everybody. I'm talking about even the unborn kids in the womb are wearing black and gold. I'm
Black
talking
and
about
yellow, black and
everybody,
yellow.
black and yellow. Little old ladies are wearing black and yellow in Pittsburgh on Sunday. I know I have friends from Pittsburgh, and I've been there on a Sunday. It's bananas. So you know you got to be careful. I'm
We
even
might need
surprised.
security.
Yeah, we might need security up there. I'm
Security.
even
I was
surprised that
there.
they
Where's
have
Shell
the
at? Where's
Eagles.
Shell at, Pat?
Oh, he's in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I was there 3 weeks ago, and somebody driving around in a Pittsburgh car, like the Steelers car with the
Yeah,
cherry
it's
on it. I'm
no
like,
joke up
oh,
there.
y'all really serious about this?
Yeah, we might have to come in under the cover of dark and something like that to sneak into the bar or something like that. But
Do
we'll come up there,
back
Tom. But you gotta guarantee a safe
Safe
pass.
passage.
Yeah, safe passage. All right, so so the article I came across was and we're looking forward, like I said in the opening of this show, we're very optimistic about this Philadelphia Eagles team and their potential in this upcoming season. Especially our roster is greatly improved from last year, right? And then couple that with the fact that we have one of the weakest schedules when you look at the opponent's record last year. So we are looking to we're optimistic. We did our game by game prediction. We all came out with 11 to 12 wins. So we feel good about it. So I come across this article that says 5 Eagles on defense with something to prove by Dave Zangaro, a potential upcoming guest. We're crossing our fingers, hopefully. But he writes an article, 5 Eagles on defense with something to prove in 2022. First person he has on that list is James Bradbury.
Of course.
I'm just going to go through the list, and we'll talk about it. James Bradbury is one. He just came over. We just signed him from the New York Giants. They could not afford him. He's a former Pro Bowler. We have 2 cornerback ones now in our secondary, and that needed vast improvement, and we've done it by adding James Bradbury. So he has something to prove on defense. Fletcher Cox, our proven, tried and true warrior on the defensive line. He has some tremendous help in getting Jordan Davis playing beside him, and Hargrave and Milton Williams. We have a formidable interior defensive line. So we're looking for a lot out of Fletcher Cox. He has something to prove that he's not finished. He's not washed. His best years are behind him, but he's not who he was last year. He's better than that, so he has something to prove. Nakobe Dean is on that list. He has something to prove. Coming in, not falling out of the first round because they had him rated as like one of the top 2 linebackers, and we got him in the 3rd round, so he has something to prove. Marcus Epps, who's been designated the starter alongside Harris with the departure of Rodney McLeod and he has a lot to prove. Can he fill that role as a starting safety in the NFL? And lastly, Kazir White, the linebacker that we signed from the Chargers, had a breakout season in 2021 with the Chargers, and didn't get that big contract that he was looking for in free agency. So we signed him to a short-term deal, and he'll be playing to prove himself in the league too. So what do you guys agree with that, or do you have anybody else that you would like to add to that list of 5 Eagles on defense with something to prove in this upcoming season?
Number 6,
All
Jim
right.
Bannon, the coach.
Oh yeah,
He should be number 1 on the list, actually.
Definitely.
That's a great one. That's a great
He has
one.
the tools now. He
Listen.
got a lot to prove.
Listen,
He has so much to prove as a defensive coordinator in Philadelphia. You know, our expectations for our defensive coordinators are on par with, the Buddy Ryans, the Jim Johnson. We expect our defense to be fierce. With the guys you have on defense now, we need to be the top defensive second. We need to be the top defensive unit in the NFL
that's
across
right.
the board. I mean, we could be dominant up front. We could be dominant from the linebackers. We got 2 legit corners.
What do we have to prove though? I mean, he gave us a
Buddy
top 10
proved
defense.
it.
He
He
gave us a
has
top
to
10
prove
defense
that
last year.
He should have been a top 3
defensive coach.
defense.
A top 10, a top 10 defense. Come on, let's be fair. With the personnel that he had last year.
Yes.
Do you-
I mean,
you don't think
he
that
should
was?
be a top
Yes.
10. He should have
You
been a
don't
top
think
10.
that
Yes.
it was it wasn't a great job? There's 2 ways to look at it. We can look
No.
at it like, no, we had the personnel to be a top 3 defense, which what seems what Nichelle is leaning to, or you can look at it like he didn't have enough tools, and to get this unit to a top 10 standing was phenomenal. It's either he underachieved by not taking the talent to hire, or he overachieved by taking a group of less talented people and making them a top 10 defense.
I think he
what side do you
underachieved.
lean to?
He underachieved. We were only really like 1 or 2 players away from being a top 3. So I think he underachieved. We should have at least been in the top 5 to 6 consistently all season. We have a very good defensive team, and Buddy Ryan has spoiled us. That's what we expect. He made everybody great. Like our defense was just killers.
Yeah.
All right, so guys
I mean,
out there in the chat room, let me know what you think about that. Did Jonathan Gannon overachieve or underachieve last year with his defense finishing in the top 10 in yards allowed, total yards allowed? Was that a great job, or was it not enough?
Not enough. I mean,
Nope.
as sometimes you gotta push back from having your corners playing 9 yards off of receivers.
That part.
Like, come on now. We were upset about that when we had Jim Schwartz here. Even though Steven Nelson is not Bradbury, he was a legit number 2. He was a serviceable corner for us. But you got Darius Slay, one of the top corners in the NFL, top 5 corners in the NFL, playing 9 yards off a receiver and they only need 4 yards for a first down. What
And that's
sense
co-
does
that's
that
coaching.
make?
That's coaching.
Then
So,
on
I
top
mean-
of that, TJ Edwards is a dog. TJ Edwards is a real middle linebacker that makes plays for you. But yet you take him off the field and you put this guy from Minnesota that we know anytime we get guys from Minnesota or Dallas, they suck here. We know that.
Well, he can't go off of that. I mean,
Come
that
on,
that can't be his criteria of how he plays people. That
But you
this
see
guy
it in
came
practice.
from Minnesota, he's going to suck for us. He can't
You
do
see
that.
it in practice. You see it in practice.
Pat
right.
is passionate about defense, so
I know, but I'm trying to help this guy. I'm really trying to help.
why?
Him. But,
Why
know
are
what
you
I'm saying?
trying to help him? Why?
Because
He
because
needs
had
to
a
help
top 10
us.
he had a top 10 defense.
Yeah,
And
no.
we didn't have. I mean, come on, name the players on this defense that you thought were outstanding that he should have got more out of.
Steve Nelson.
I'm gonna give him the Hurts treatment. I'm giving him the Hurts treatment.
Even
real
having
hard.
Alex
Nelson.
Singleton,
Steve Nelson he played a good he had a
he
good
had
season.
Alex Singleton playing middle linebacker at one point.
Right. And
Like
Singleton actually
we
has
know he does.
talent.
We know he doesn't play middle linebacker. He's an outside guy. So why do you have an outside guy playing inside? Then you don't put your best middle linebacker on the field. That's what you see during practice. You got to
All right, see, that's
understand
a
these
problem. See,
situations.
don't we talk about Jonathan Gannon came from playing or coaching or learning under mostly 3-4 defensive coordinators. So a middle linebacker may be foreign to him in his learning. You know what I'm saying?
Then he
So,
should learn today.
all
He
right.
gonna learn. He gonna need to learn today.
All right, so we don't give him the pass. So now I think he has a roster on defense that's more conducive to the style of defense that he has learned, and he wants to play with the Eagles, which is a 3-4. I mean, it's going to be a lot of different looks with the
3-4 has
talent that
never
we
been
have.
successful.
It's going to be
It's never going to be a
3-4.
3-4
It's going to be
defense.
5-2. It's going to be a lot of things. We're going to
That's
have a
what we
lot of looks.
expected when we first had him. And
That
what
part.
did he give us? What did he give us? Nothing.
All right. Okay. So that's the end of the third quarter. I want to talk more about this defense, though. I want to talk more about this because we are all hanging our hat on this being a more dynamic defense, and it all falls or it all lands in the hands of Jonathan Gannon, who is also one of the top 40 under 40 in the NFL. I read an article about that also. So he's a hot commodity. All right. That's the end of the third quarter. Let's end this quarter, Pat.
And that's the end of the quarter.
So that's the end of the third quarter. You're watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook. That's by us, for us. And we talk about our favorite football team, and you guys help us. I'm watching the comments, a lot of lively comments in the chat room. Thank you guys for following and staying in tune and staying loyal. We just do appreciate that. So as we go into the fourth quarter, we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner where I am not drinking anything, but I'm going to sip on my Corona. Here, I'll do that. Pat is going. Are you doing another shot, Pat?
Yeah, I'm doing one more shot.
For the culture, Pat is
Do it
doing
for the
another
team.
shot.
Do it for the team.
Do it for the team, for the culture. He's doing Terramata. You guys let me know what you're doing out there for the fourth quarter, and let's get ready. Come on. We only got 26 days before our Philadelphia Eagles take the field, and we can get this. And I'm always anxious about training camp starting, but I'm not. I don't wish it to come too fast because I know that the quicker the football season comes, the faster summer is over. So it's like a bittersweet thing. I want football to start,
So
but I don't
much
want
so.
summer to be over. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I am eager, but I'm going to be patient here. So here we go. So our Philadelphia Eagles, down the hatch, 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the fourth quarter.
All right, so let's talk about this defense here. Our Jonathan Gannon, we all agree that he's been handed some more weapons than what he's had last year, and he did okay. I think he did okay. I'm not gonna beat around the bush or be facetious about the job he actually did. He did okay. And it's surprising, actually, that this defense was a top 10 defense. It was almost at the end of the season, I looked up and was like, what? They were top 10? Okay, all right, well, I'll take it. But, yeah, he had some more tools, some more toys, and some more weapons on defense. I'm looking for this defense to be a lot better than it was last year. I don't think it was aggressive enough. I wanted, we are spoiled, like you said in the show. We're spoiled. We had Buddy Ryans in here. We had Jim Johnson's in here. We had Bud Carson in here at one point. We've had some great defenses over the year, and we just like to see that aggressiveness and that defensive identity come back to the Philadelphia Eagles. And we think that we have the personnel for it to happen. It just all depends on the scheme that the defensive coordinator lays down for these guys, and if he can make it happen with these tools. So, along with the 5 players, Nichelle said it, I think it all falls into the lap of Jonathan Gannon and how he runs this defense. Do you guys have the confidence in him? And I said that he's been named one of the top 40 under 40. So he's a hot commodity. He's interviewed for a couple of head coaching jobs. Can he do it?
39?
Can he
Was
do
he
it?
number 39?
Well, he's
Must
39
be
years
nice.
old, so he just made it.
What did he
But
even
he's in
prove
there.
to get a HC job? Must be nice.
Yeah.
Does Deuce Staley got an HC job? Like, come on, bruh. Really? But go ahead.
Do you guys have what's the confidence level in Jonathan Gannon taking the tools and the toys that he's been given and turning this into the aggressive style defense, the turnover? Because we don't generate a lot of turnovers. We don't generate a lot of sacks. Can he turn this defense around and make it anywhere reminiscent to the defenses of the past that we're used to?
Well, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt this year. He does have weapons on the defensive side of the ball. Hassan Reddick, Kazir White is a speed guy. You got a couple of linebackers coming back. You got Jordan Davis, who's going to be a big clog in the middle. Can you imagine a defensive front of Jonathan Hargrave, Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis, Brandon Graham? Then you have Hassan Reddick coming off the edge.
Yes.
You
Camden represent.
You got the horses in the stable to win this race. You have a good team of linebackers. You have some solid corners. You actually got Jimmy Moreland, a slot corner where you could actually take Maddox and move him around like a chess piece, like you did Malcolm Jenkins as a hybrid type safety. You have the pieces to make this defense a very unpredictable defense, and that hybrid that we thought you was going to bring to us last year. So I'll give him the benefit of doubt to see what he brings to the table with these chips that he has. I'm going into this season.
So you're saying you do believe he can do that? See, that's a long
I'm
pause.
reserved on it right now.
I'm 60-40. I'm 60-40. I give him the edge, but I'm 60-40 with him right now being able to pull this off. Real talk. I'm 60-40. I still have a little reservations just because his inconsistent coaching and a lot of things Pat put out there in terms of the way he positioned his players. You know what I mean? To be off so many yards when we're at first, it's about to be first and goal, and you playing 9 yards, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, numbers don't lie. You can't do the math.
All right,
They need 2 yards, and you playing 9 yards off them.
You know what? I'll say this, Michelle. I'll say this, Dante. I believe he would do
He'll be serviceable. That's your
I
favorite
believe
word.
he'll be a defensive coordinator for us next year.
You guys tell me out there. These guys, look. Tell me out there. Do
He
you
gets the
guys
Jalen
have?
Hurts treatment? We're scrutinizing the shit out of him.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
he deserves it. I mean, so and we do it to Jalen Hurts, right? So nobody's above being
Nope,
challenged
nope,
or
nope.
questioned. So
No,
But if he could turn this defense into that monster, then that takes the pressure off of Jalen Hurts. That takes the pressure off the offense. At one time a day, the Philadelphia Eagles told the offense just to put up 10 points, 10 to 13 points is all we need from you. And we're make sure this team doesn't score enough for them to beat us. That's all.
yeah, that was the approach. That would be a great approach for this team to take to take on that challenge of the same thing. Jim Johnson did say, if you guys give us 13 points, we can win the game.
that's
Take
what I'm
that
talking.
type
See,
of
that's
challenge.
that's
I'm
what
talking
I'm
that.
talking.
Right.
That's
Give me
what I'm
that.
talking. We just
You
need
gotta
2 touchdowns.
challenge. You gotta challenge these other offenses. Because come on, let's be honest. The offenses that we're gonna face this year aren't the offenses from 1990. All right, you don't see the fullback in the I formation and the wing T stuff. We don't have that. It's all spread out.
Hey.
It's all spread out. We got to come
Right.
from different angles. You got to master your stuff. You got to be very particular how you come to these. What you bring to the table. You have the knives in a drawer. They're sharp. They're ready to be used. Don't say, "Oh, let me use this butter knife on this steak." That you cook well done. You know, go get that, go cook this steak medium rare, and get that sharp butcher's knife, and cut slowly through the beef.
All right. I'm going to say that I got confidence that given the tools, the personnel that he wanted, that he's going to do a better job this year than he did last year. Because I think that he has a defense that's constructed more to his liking. He has the pieces in place where he can play more of a 3-4 or a hybrid of such, but he has that nose tackle that he's used to having, I guess, in the scheming or learning on how to be a defensive coordinator. He's played under a lot of 3-4 coordinators and stuff like. He finally has that big man in the middle that will eat up those blockers. Because Fletcher Cox was not willing to do that, and he wasn't happy about playing that role last year, and that was a big part of his displeasure last year in having to eat up blockers. He's not that. He didn't like it under
he's tired of
Butch
that.
Davis either. He did not like that. So he's a more of a 4-3 interior defensive tackle that goes and get the quarterback.
Right.
So I think that with Jordan Davis there and him able to play a little bit more of the role of going to get the quarterback, so to speak, as he did in the past, I think he'll have a better bounce back year. But I don't think it's not going to be Fletcher Cox of the past. Let's just be realistic, because he's older now, and because this guy is a 3-4 defensive coordinator. He really is. So Fletcher is not going to be able to play the traditional 3-4 interior defensive tackle like he's used to playing when he had his golden years. It's not going to happen, but I think it's still going to be a better year for him with the big guy there to clog things up and to take on some blockers. I think the linebackers now, with the massive defensive line that we have, they should be running a little freer, like Shell says. They should be able to wear tuxedos because they're going to be clean. They're going to be clean. The defensive line is going to sop up those blockers and allow them to roam and make plays and not get touched. That's at least what I'm hoping. But in the grand scheme of things, I think that he has a group of talent on defense that better fits what he likes to do on defense. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm saying he's going to do a better job, and this defense is going to be a better defense than it was last year. That's my take.
We hope you're right, Dante.
Definitely hope you're right.
All right, Richard Booth says Pat for defensive coordinator.
Oh,
He
man,
like
they
it.
don't want
Woo, woo, woo.
They don't want me.
Shakia says he deserves the criticism. He was inconsistent in logic and play calling. Now we have the players, so they will show up, and he will be a head coach because that's what they want to do in the NFL. I agree with that. I don't know. I don't know what could he would have to have this team would have to literally suck defensively. For him not to get a head coaching job because, like I said, he's on everybody's hot list. So
After
he
1
would just
year as
have
a
to-
DC, why is he on the hot list?
Well, he
Like,
was on the hot list before he became DC. When he was coming from Indy, he was interviewing for head coaches positions because they say he's going to be the next hot thing, But still, you're our defensive coordinator.
who makes that judgment call? Who's going to be the next hot thing?
The media.
The good old boys. The boys.
The good old boys make it.
Yeah. Norma says, I'm praying for a better outcome. I do have faith in my Eagles team, as we all do. Jeremiah says, who is the leader on this defense? Who is the one that will get in your face and call you out? Who has that Brian Dawkins heart and
Great
soul?
question.
Guess what?
Great
I think
Dean.
N'Kobe Dean. But I don't know if he can step into that role immediately as a rookie,
you're right.
but he does have that mentality. He does have that personality to do that. It would be incredible if he could do that right from a rookie. But I give me like 3 years. In 3 years, I think N'Kobe Dean's going to be that.
You know what? I think it's gonna be earlier than that because he has his dog there with him. He got Jordan Davis there with him. That kept him clean in the SEC with these teams that put out these superstar running backs and tight ends and stuff like that. But you know what? Brandon Graham. I saw a comment earlier by Robert Starling. I think Brandon Graham brings that intensity too. By the way he talks on the field, off the field, just the way he moves and the way he does things. I think that's infectious with the team, and him being present, is potentially going to be the jump start for this defense to be elite. Oh,
That's
shoot, I
right.
said elite.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me.
Oh, there we go. All right, and with that, we're going to end it, man. That was the end of the fourth quarter, end of the quarter, Pat.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, we thank you guys for joining us on Eagles Talk, another fabulous show, and it could not have been accomplished without you guys in the chat room. We thank you for following us. We will be back next week at 7 o'clock, and every week after that, leading up to training camp, which starts July 26th, man. July 26th, it all kicks off. Don't rush this season, though. Enjoy your summer. Go have your cookouts. Go to the beach. Go enjoy everything. Don't be so hasty in wishing the football season that we miss the summer, and have a good time. So we'll see you next week at 7 p.m. Same bat channel, same bat time. I'm your man, Dante the Dark Knight. For my co-host with the co-most, Pat and Nichelle, we'll be back next week. We're out. Peace.
We go live and live.